is less likely to draw the flag.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he will possibly get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. On the other hand, it will definitely take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And that one too wide and incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Ernest Jones there for the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Freeman. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. They'll give him 4 yards there, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. But he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a 1st down. 2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. On 1st and 10, Freeman. That'll be caught right side by the rookie receiver. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. A nice throw there. And this is a quarterback, you remember, looking to do what no other rookie has done, and that's lead his team into the Super Bowl.
And now you've made me go back down memory lane a little bit because we have had a few guys come close. Think about Patrick Mahomes in 2018.
Touchdown! A great play there. 38 yards. And the Panthers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
Point after, right down the middle, and that makes the score 21-0. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Seahawks. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Smith. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This one goes underneath to Walker. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Here's Smith now on 2nd down. This is Fant on the short completion. That one a first down pickup of 8. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route.
Now Brown, oh, he lost the football. And it's down the numbers. There he goes. He's to the 15. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. Charles, they are putting on a show right now. I mean, with that fumble return for the touchdown, you think about the size of this advantage. Heck, it's a 4-score game right now, and we're still in the first half.
And that has to be the highlight, Brandon, with how infrequently we see fumbles return to the house. But if you aren't inclined to pick this as the game signature play so far, you do have no shortage of alternatives to select from. This has been nothing short of a clinic. And as noted, we still have a half a ball in play.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 28-0. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Yeah, they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Smith. That's DK Metcalf running the slant. He's got it. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Now Geno on 1st down. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. To throw on 2nd down is Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Now 3rd down and very long. Now Gino. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that George Halas Trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, time to look ahead to the AFC Championship coming up later today. And it should be a great one as well, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills matching up against the Indianapolis Colts.
Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Halas Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And no run back here as the 3rd quarter will commence with a touchback. The Panthers going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year. And they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
Off play action. Freeman. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
He's going to let it go again. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They're going to try and throw. He's going to take another shot here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. On 1st down, it's Smith. That's caught over the middle by Fant. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
Now the try here for the extra point.
Kill him, kill him.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Throwing now is Geno. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
When you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
Can you hear me?
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. 1st down. For the right to go on to the Super Bowl. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Back to throw. Freeman. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
On third down, Freeman. He gets it left side to Johnson. It's so close. He gets it to the one. Out of bounds right there. And this is good for a first down. His second grab in this NFC Championship bout. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. Now they send a running back in motion right. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long. And they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like a Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets. Point after here coming up. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This one into the hands of Metcalf. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Back to throw, Smith. Throw out wide is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Quick throw there is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. This is taken around the 12. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And you can bet that they are starting to sense it now. That George Halas trophy nearly theirs. Their spot as NFC champions oh so close. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play there for Carolina. 56 yards.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Operating from the gun, Freeman. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Looking to throw. Freeman. He's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, first and goal.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
On first down, Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Smith. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Smith now to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Well, the Panthers are NFC champs. As we sign off here, thanks for watching, and good night. And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.